What's that sound? It's For Amusement Only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast.
Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. So continuing in my series of games which have been discussed as coming to the York Show, I want to talk tonight about a game that we've discussed previously on the show, and that is Nashville. Now, we discussed this fairly recently as part of Strictly 6 Cards with Vic Camp, but tonight I wanted to focus only on that machine and discuss each of the features. Nashville is a 6-card bingo. It was made by Bally in 1978. It came out before Dixieland. Nashville has a 10-coin maximum, which means that you either put in 10 coins to completely start the game, or you push the replay button 10 times. Your first 6 coins will light cards 1 through 6 one at a time. Your 7th coin lights the red diagonals in cards 1, 2, and 3, and I'll come back to that feature. Your 8th coin lights the red diagonals on cards 4, 5, and 6. Your 9th coin lights the magic number, when hit, will double all the replays on cards 1, 2, and 3, and your 10th and final coin will do the same thing with the magic number on cards 4, 5, and 6. Now, with the 6-card bingos, it's important to note that inside the machine, the game sees cards 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6 differently. Essentially, there's a duplicate circuit for detecting winners on the first 3 cards versus the second 3 cards. And therefore, a lot of these features that came out late in the 6-card bingo's time frame. Remember, the last bingo was made by Bally, at least in 1980. So this is very close to the end. And the features that they're putting out are really straining, the boundaries of purely EM technology here. The features where it lights say the red diagonals on the first 3 cards are because there are separate relays which track that specifically and allow the scoring when the game scans for winners on those 3 cards. Now, let's talk about some of the features. Nashville has the ever-popular Super line. You may have heard Ava recently speak about ticker tape and its super lines, or Vic Camp and I speak several times about super lines. They are my favorite thing on a 6-card to shoot for, and that's because they seem so much more attainable than, say, the corners of the card. The super line is the line second from the bottom, and it's highlighted in green, at least on Nashville. And when that feature is lit, it's going to be lit on, 1 card at a time randomly. Or, on this game, if you hit the rollover, it'll light the super line on all the cards. Now, the super line allows you to put 3 in a row together as an inline win, but when you do that, it scores as if you had 4 in a line, and if you put 4 in a line together, it scores as if you had 5 in a line. Your main goal, as with pretty much every bingo, is to get 3, 4, or 5 in a row on any card, and that will be a winner. So let's talk about corners. Now, if you manage to get a ball when this feature is lit into each of the 4 corners of the bingo card with the feature lit, then you will win a number of replays equivalent to getting a 5 in a line for that card. As you heard in our Strictly 6 card episode with Vic Camp, the replays that you earn progressively increase with each card. So by the time you get to the 6th card, if you get 5 in a line, you get 300 replays. Now, if you get the numbers 1, 4, 6, and 8, and the corners are lit on card number 6, those are the numbers for the corners, then you'll get 300 replays. That's a pretty good deal. 1, 4, 6, and 8 are relatively easy numbers to hit. 1 is all the way at the top left, 4 is towards the middle of the top line, 6 is almost at the end, it's not quite, 7 is the last number on the top line, then 8 is the first number on the left-hand side, on the second row down. So that is tempting when it lights. I am terrible at playing for corners. I never have gotten them, ever. And I've played quite a bit of 6-card games on my ticker tape. Now, the corners on Nashville, aside from being spotted randomly a card at a time, can also all be lit if you hit the rollover. Now, it's important to note that the rollovers are not always lit. They will randomly show up on the playfield as you're playing your 10 coins or you're pushing the button 10 times to start the game. Now, let's talk about red diagonals. So normally you have the main diagonals on the bingo card, the ones that intersect with the middle number of the card. These allow you to win 3, 4, 5 in a row. If you were to land in any other number that's diagonally adjacent, it wouldn't count. Now, the red diagonals allow you up to 8 more inline scoring opportunities, basically 2 per side. Once you get a winner in one of the red diagonals, it doesn't mean that you'll max out the replays, of course, because your red diagonals are not the primary diagonal corner to corner. So you either get 3 in a line or you can get 4 in a line, but that's the max you can earn off the red diagonals. Now, what I'll say about that feature and why it's so important is that if you listen to that previous episode, and I'm going to keep referring back to it, so you might want to just pause this episode right now if you haven't heard that one. Go back and listen to it because we talk about this quite a bit. But you can score very easily on any of the cards with the red diagonals. That would have been an amazing feature to play for on route, because it's really hard to lose really horribly with that red diagonals feature. Now, moving on, let's talk about the magic number. The magic number is going to be one of the numbers 1, 7, 9, 22, or 25. It can also be 2 of the above mentioned numbers, and there is a special unit that goes through and spins and will select the magic number. Now, the thing about this magic number, and the thing that makes it so intriguing, is that it will not select that magic number for you until you shoot your first ball. So imagine you approach a 6-card game and you know exactly which numbers you're going to shoot for. You want to do a 5 in a line on card number 6 because that's going to be your highest scoring opportunity. So you've memorized that card and you know exactly which numbers you're going to shoot for. Well, you step up to the game and you deposit 10 coins. That's going to allow you to get double on card number 6 if you manage to hit the magic number. So let's say that you shoot your first ball. The game's going to spin, click, and it's going to lock into 1 or 2 of the numbers in the magic number area on the back glass. Let's say it locks into number 1. So you've just shot your first ball, and let's say that you are aiming for number 6. At this point, you're playing the game, and you're trying to steer the ball into number 6. Well, number 1 is the one that you really want, and you really want it quickly. You want to qualify that number so that you have your scores doubled on all 6 cards. So you quickly have to change what you're playing for in the middle of playing for another number. So you've got to be paying close attention, and then you've got to be able to steer the ball all the way back to the ball return and bring it home. And then lift it back up, shoot again. This time, aim for number 1. Now let's say you hit it. Boom! The machine makes a little click, and all of a sudden, all scores double is lit on every single card. That's a powerful thing. So then you want to make 7, 21, 3, and 6. Or you want to make 25, 20, 2, and 8. That'll give you a 5 in a line win on card number 6. Now, because your scores are doubled, remember, and because the replays are locked in at 300 for a 5 in a line on card number 6, you'd get 600 replays off of a single game. Now, that's not all. If that wasn't good enough, when you push the C button, which stands for collect, instead of R for register replays, when you push the C button, the game is going to search. You push the button, you hear a pop, and then it's going to go click, 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 very kind of quietly. But you'll hear it. It'll be spinning. And then you'll hear another smaller pop. That's it releasing the second search disk. Click, 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 click. Then you'll hear click. And you'll see the back glass start flashing. Double or nothing feature when lit. Press the D button for double or nothing. Or press the R button for regular scores. Now you push R and you're going to get 600 off that 5 in a line win with the magic number on card number 6. But let's say you like to live dangerously. Let's also say that you haven't had a big winner for a while. In that instance, it makes perfect sense to try for double or nothing. You push the D button. The machine hesitates for a couple seconds. Then you're either going to start hearing the beautiful music of the machine racking up 1,200 replays off of a single game, or you're going to hear the sad sound of the machine clicking once and turning on a light that says nothing on card number 6. I hope that communicates some of the excitement of playing one of these 6-card bingos. They are incredibly fun, and they are very challenging. you have to be able to make numbers because there's no extra balls. So let's talk about Nashville's artwork. Now the theme is what I would say like country music. And so there's a lady on the back glass, and she's holding a guitar on a field of stars. The word Nashville is written on the neck of a guitar with the Bally logo right on the headstock. The playfield kind of reprises this theme at the top, the ball arch area, and then has two guitar bodies, necks, and heads drawn on either side of the playfield, one on either side. The playfield has a lot of reds, yellows, browns, and blues in it. I'm not a super fan of the artwork, but I do think that the game is quite killer. So I'm looking forward to playing this at the show. It's got an attractive shooter lane, which is unusual. It's brown. These might be some of the plastic-coated playfields that Bally experimented with in the late 70s. I'm not certain, but it looks like a really fun player, that's for sure. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this there, playing it, and hopefully winning more than 4 replays on it. So, that's all for tonight. Thank you again for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the Bingos line. That's 724-BINGOS1, 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at nbaldridge, or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.